Hi, this is Roger Demuth, and I wanted to show you a Deluxe Traveling Artist Paint Box. And I made this, and I did the patterning for the cover and the interiors. And I use this pattern for all of my sketchbook covers. And before I begin, I want to just show you how I do it. So I take a piece of regular bond paper, and I fold it into quarters. So fold it, then fold it again. And then all I do is ink the line work, and I use a Lumicolor F permanent marker by Stettler Mars. And then I just, and I kind of developed this technique when we worked in a gallery. My wife ran the Chameleon Gallery in Casanova, and quite often there would be long periods of time where no one would come in. The joke I used was January, February, March, April, and May, but then it picked up in June. So anyway, so I would do the patterning on bond paper, and this is essentially the way I did the covers. And then I would bring it in, scan this into Photoshop, the just random patterns, and then put it into Photoshop, and then copy it, paste it, flop it, do a little bit of editing, and then some of them came out pretty nice, including this one. Then I would color it and dump color into some of the boxes, or tint the whole background layer. This box has a label on it, and it has, and I would just put a piece of tape on the top, white artist tape, and then put a piece of watercolor paper right on the top of it. So let me show you the interior, and I'll put a mark on here so I can line this up. And I just need to move this out of the way, and then back in position, and fix the lights. And so this is the interior of the box, and has one of my tags on it. This is leather, and I've done the embossing on it. And then I printed this repeat pattern on canvas using, I have a SureColor P5000 something Epson printer, which is spectacular. And you can put roll canvas in it and print on it. Then after it was printed, I sprayed it with crystal clear spray fixative, so it's very durable weather-wise, and so it's got a sheet of varnish on it. Then inside I made templates. This is I don't know, about a 10 by 12 inch piece of watercolor paper, and I made a template so all of my paintings would fit into a mat, but hardly any of them ever do. So so that really didn't work out too well for me. Everything I do is, if I made a greeting card, it wouldn't fit into an envelope. If I made a watercolor painting, it wouldn't fit into a standard mat. And just picking up the sheets of watercolor paper here. And this is all Arches 300-pound, and this is a hot press paper. And normally I just fill this up with random size sheets, and that's the way that worked out. Oh, by the way, this is a watercolor of the Gothic house right up the street from us. And it's a lovely old house, probably 1840s, 50s, somewhere in there. And so it's had a good life to it, and beautiful decorative trim, and nice, interesting windows, and just this beautiful, very restrained porch. They added an addition on the back a few years ago and kept the style of this, which is quite remarkable. So, so these are the interior. This is the interior of this box, and this box comes with its own watercolor box. This is a Winsor & Newton container. It's a beautiful, durable, ancient design, and I put half pans in. You can buy little plastic half pans, and then I just squeeze the pigment right into this. And this one comes with a Deluxe chart. So this would be the way this goes, like this. So I know which colors are which, and some of them tend to darken a little bit with age, and so it's hard to tell which is the Payne's gray and some of the darker colors. But after you use it for a few minutes, you're right on. It also has a thumb screw on the bottom. Oh, I put some tape on the back, and the tape never dries out on the back. And this is artist tape, and then I could just peel it off and use it when I travel. So that's kind of handy. And then there's a couple of water dishes in here on either side. Took me a long time to figure out the configuration on these boxes, and that's part of kind of the trick of putting all these together. How do you get everything you need into one box? It's a little plastic box in here, and inside are some of these half pans. This is a full pan, and but then this has pen nibs in it, and I wonder if this is not. I use a certain nib, and I use it over and over. Really like it, and it's I bought it at a flea market just by accident, and this is one of them. This is a 757 school medium oval pen. And the nice thing about it has a little ball at the end of it, so it kind of skips over the rough watercolor. And so that's and then there's a block of, I don't know, 20 sheets of watercolor paper here, so I could do miniature paintings on these. And this is actually a moleskin sketchbook, which is, you can buy these at Barnes & Noble. And this has a slightly heavier kind of watercolor paper to it, and so that's why I chose this one. Now I would make my own books, and then it's got various amounts of tools in it, and brushes and pencils, and some really nice brushes, a couple of collapsible brushes. This is a Winsor & Newton one. You just push it in for doing detail work. And there's some other brushes, knife, etc. So it has everything you need to work when you're traveling, which is kind of a rare thing today. And then let me just pull this back a little bit so I can fold it up. Then this is kind of standard with all of my boxes, and this is a bottle of Higgins waterproof India ink, and I use a dip pen on it and with it, and then I tape my drawings to the top, and or the paper to the top, and then I can work directly on the top here. And it's a waterproof India ink, and it's got some shellac in it, so once that dries, you can color right over it without smearing that black line at all. So so this is one of the Deluxe boxes that I made. Now you know. Thank you. For more information on my work, go to demuthdesign.com or rogerdemuthwatercolors.com. Thank you.